with you. Anything you want.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa Alexander Marshall and welcome. If you're new here, hi, how are you? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you click the notification bell so every time I'm uploading a new video, you are notified. If you wonder about what this is my Mother's Day balloon that is still hanging high and still doing very well. So that's what this is. This is my Mother's Day balloon. I'm gonna take it down. So yeah, so if you were wondering what that is, that's what it is. It's my Mother's Day balloon. So anyway, so today we're going to be doing a makeup look featuring makeup that I have been testing out. If you see my beauty TikTok, or if you follow me on my beauty TikTok, which you should be following me on my beauty TikTok, I always leave it in the bottom of the description box. Well, I test out all of the makeup that I have been wearing. I do a long day, an all day makeup look. I should say not makeup look, but all day wear test on the makeup. So these are some of the products I have been testing. So we're gonna do a makeup look featuring all these products that I have been testing lately. So come on. And let's go ahead and let's do this makeup look featuring makeup I have been testing. As always, I do have my handy dandy mirror with me that I finally cleaned because Lord, I had so much makeup on there. So let's first start with primer. Now with this primer, which I will be doing a makeup look featuring products from the beauty supply store, or the hair store, or however you want to call it. So, but this today is going to be just a mix of a little bit of everything, a little drugstore, a little high end. We got a little bit of everything going on up here. So, but this primer, I have really been liking this primer and it is so super affordable. So this is from the brand Absolute New York. This is their Hydra Glow Moisturizing Primer, and you can still see I have the tag on there and it is $7.99. So this is a very good primer that I have been wearing lately. I actually wore this primer with a couple of high-end products that I have been testing on my beauty TikTok, but this is good. This is very hydrating and this is very good for my skin because I do have dry skin. So I have been liking this primer a lot, and I didn't have to break the bank with this primer at all. So this primer is very moisturized. Now, if you are oily, you might not like this. If you have oily skin, you may not like this primer. So this, I'll let it soak into the skin. Yes, it does have that white cast that you see, but it does fade away. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna blend this in. So here's what we're looking like so far. We have that glow. It will, if you leave it on the skin long enough, it will, that white cast you see here, it will go away. I just want to get through these products. I just really want to get through these products. But this is a very good primer and super affordable. So do not sleep on makeup from the beauty supply store. Don't sleep on it. I have a few foundations that I have been testing out. It's a few of these foundations I have been testing out. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to pick this one because this one has become a new favorite. It has really become a new favorite. And this has recently been released. You either like it or you don't. I haven't seen a lot of people say they don't like this foundation. But if you're a classic and you know about all their other foundations, then you would like this. This is the new matte foundation from NARS. This is the frosted bottle. Now, the shade I am usually in is Macao. That is my usual shade. The soft matte foundation, I was in the shade Marquise. Okay. This is Perth. This is the shade that this is. This is Perth. Macao was a hair too light in this formula. In the original long wear formula, I am Macao. This is Perth. I had to go up a shade, or down a shade rather. I had to go down a shade. This works on my skin just fine. So this is what I've had to wear, is this. Reason being, like I said, the shading from the original, they're a little off. Okay, because this is a matte formula. Yeah, that's why I had to go down. But it's still, I really do like it now. Because I did tell y'all, what am I doing? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. I'm going to do 2 pumps. So this is what it looks like. That is what the foundation looks like. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I know I just said I have dry skin. I know I said I have dry skin. I know I have dry skin. But this foundation works on me very well. It does. It works on me very well. No problems with it. Because also, as you clearly see, I'm wearing a hydrating primer. So, yeah, I wouldn't have any problems with it if I'm wearing a hydrating primer. So, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to drag it down here. Yeah. Because this shade, even though this is the shade Perth, that's what we're looking like. It is kind of looking like Macau from the original formula. So I would suggest, if your shade in the NARS foundation is usually Macau, I am going to tell you try Perth. So this is what the finish looks like. Oh, why do I always skip certain parts of my face that I don't blend? Why do I do that? So this is what we're looking like so far. I am liking the foundation. I'm not gonna lie, I have really been liking the foundation. I just took the rest that was on the back of my hand and put it on. But I have really been liking this foundation. I really do. And I kind of knew I wasn't going to be disappointed, even though this is the matte formula of this NARS foundation. I knew I was not going to be disappointed with it. I just knew I was not going to be disappointed with it. Next is concealer. You like it or you don't. I like it. You just have to be careful because this is a very full coverage concealer. This is the new full coverage concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. I have really been liking this concealer as well. I'm not a really big fan of super full coverage concealers, even though I do have some super full coverage concealers because I know how to work with the full coverage concealers. What I can usually do with this, I can usually do my regular schmegular swipes on both sides and still be able to blend it out. So I have really been enjoying this concealer. This is, I believe this is 13.5. Now, a lot of y'all did not like that beautiful skin concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. Y'all didn't like that. I was in the shade 13. And I really, really, really liked that concealer. I'm just going to take a powder puff and I'm going to blend this. I don't know, with a powder puff, you can get into the little corners a little better. So this is what the concealer looks like. I've actually been pairing this concealer with this NARS foundation. And I have really been enjoying this concealer. Like I say, it is very full coverage. Just be careful with the full coverage. This concealer does go a very long way. It does. So here's what we're looking like so far with the foundation and concealer. Again, this concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, it goes a very long way. So I am not going to set my face just yet because we're going to go ahead and go in with a cream blush. So this is the Lumi blush from L'Oreal. This too light. This too light. So this is the Lumi blush from L'Oreal. It's too light. It's a little light for me. For me being of this skin color, you're going to have to pack this on pretty heavily. I'm just going to go ahead and just say that now. You're going to have to pack this on pretty heavily. I thought this was going to be, I was looking for the more darker shade and it wasn't, I couldn't really find it. I actually got this blush from Amazon. Okay, now hold on. Wait a minute. This showing up on my face. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. What y'all think? Let's put another layer on. Okay, now it's showing up. Now, when I wore this before, I wore it to work, it didn't show up on my face. Baby, this thing is showing up on my face. Look at... Okay. Let's see how I look after I set the face. Okay, so the blush is like... Okay, the blush has really shown up. But okay, well, let's see how it looks when I put powders on. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I do set my face twice. So for the first setting powder, I am going to go in with this setting powder. Well, I should say pressed powder from Makeup Revolution. This is their pink brightening powder. You either like it or you don't. I like it. Is it a favorite? No, it is not a favorite. I have seen some people don't like this powder. They don't like the powder. In the past, because I know they recently reformulated their loose setting powders. I know that. And I've never been a fan of their loose setting powder. I did get the brightening pink powder. That's what it looks like. This is what I have. I take my brush and I'm going to just press it into the skin. Not too much though. So I'm just going to take it and press it into the skin like so. So this is what it looks like. Now, like I said, it's not a favorite. But for me, I did an all-day wear test on this. It didn't do me too bad. It wasn't bad. I prefer to put this on with a brush instead of the little puff that they provide. I prefer to use a brush. With any pink powders, and if you are like me of the melanated kind, I would prefer that you press in pink powders. Because I have seen some people bake. Baking with a pink powder just does not work for me. I will look casket ready. So I'm just taking the pink powder. I'm just putting it in the areas where I have my concealer and setting it down. Put it here, and I'm going to put it up here because I do tend to bring my concealer up there to form like a reverse contour. But I am pressing this into the skin. All right, so here's what I look like with the pink powder pressed in. Gotta do some better blending on this side. But this is what we're looking like with the pink pressed powder from Makeup Revolution. This is $10. It's not that expensive, but you either like it or you don't. It does get the job done. It did last, but would I call it a favorite? The answer is going to be a no. I have some pink powders that are my absolute favorites that I'm not going to go past. You're not going to be able to tell me no to those pink powders. But for this one, it's just not a favorite. Do I see myself picking up another one of these? The answer is going to be a no. All right, I've gone ahead and I have set the rest of my face, and I'm in total shock and disbelief that the blush is still hanging on. Okay. Maybe I feel a little different with the blush. I'm telling you, the blush is still hanging on, y'all. Because I'm telling you, when I tried this blush faded and it just disappeared on me. Now this blush is like blushing on me. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. We may end up giving this blush a second chance. Okay, we're going to give it a second chance. We're going to go ahead. We're going to give this a second chance. So next is bronzer. Now, we're going to go back to the affordable side. So this bronzer, I had tried a little bit out. This is the Pro Bronzer from Absolute New York. This is the dark shade. Baby, you need a smudge. You need a smudge. You need a smudge. And you see it still got the price tag on it. You need a smudge because this was $6.99. You need a smudge. Do you hear me? Because that's how pigmented this bronzer is. This is the dark. This is the dark shade that I picked up at my local beauty supply store. I'm going to chisel out a little bit of the bronzer. Yeah. You just need a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. And I'm trying not to go super ham with it because I did end up going ham with it. When I was wearing it for the first time, I did go a little ham with it. You just need a little bit. Just a little bit. And you clearly see the color is coming through. And to say this thing was $6.99 and I got a big pan. And if I wanted to use this as eyeshadow, I could. Which that is one thing I have not worn in a while is eyeshadow and mascara. But I do have a new mascara and a new eyeshadow coming soon. So this was $6.99. You don't need to break the bank. $6.99. $6.99. That is all. $6.99. Absolute New York. Go pick you up some. Next is setting spray. We're going to stay affordable. We're going to stay affordable. This is the Spritz to Fix Matte Setting Spray. Also from Absolute New York. Got it from the beauty supply store. How much I paid for it? $6.99. $6.99. And baby, you're going to be matte. You will be matte. I'm telling you. Baby, you're going to be matte. You're going to be matte with this. And when I tell you $6.99. When I tell you affordable. Lasted all day. I did test the setting spray out on my beauty TikTok. So if you're not following me on my beauty TikTok, I need you to follow me on my beauty TikTok. It worked really, really well. I had no problems with it. And in these trying times, I'm telling you, the beauty supply store is going to be where it's at for affordable makeup. And a lot of those products are not above $10. All right, last but not least, lip. We're going to stay affordable. We're going to stay beauty supply store. We're going to stay with Absolute New York. This is the Absolute New York Glassy Pout Lip Oil. How much I paid for this? Did the price come off? I believe it did. Have I worn this? Yes, I have. I think this was $2 or $3.99. But this is a lip oil. Has a little bit of a sheen. If you're not really looking for super pigment and you don't want to break the bank, I wore this to work. And it smells good. You better not be afraid of the beauty supply store. The beauty supply store. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid. This is good. This is good. Beauty supply store, Absolute New York. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So let's go back through all of the makeup that I have put on. I am still overly just dropping stuff. I am overly stunned at this blush. What I do with the blush? Don't be scared of this. Why am I saying don't be scared of it? That's not what I meant. What I meant to say was, this didn't show up on my face when I wore it before. This did not show up on my face. What's going on, L'Oreal? What's going on? This didn't show up on my face. Okay, it is look like it's starting to disappear a little bit. But yeah, the moment I had put it on my face, and I had even built this blush up, and before I walked out the door, it had disappeared. What we got going on here now, L'Oreal? So, okay, we're going to give this Lumi blush a second chance. So I am going to put this back in my rotation for my beauty TikTok when I'm testing new makeup. What the? Because now we lasting. What the? Okay. Okay, we're going to put that. We're going to do that. Love. I love this foundation. I was always a fan of the NARS foundations. Always a fan. So I knew I was going to like this. Same with the Charlotte Tilbury. I knew I would like that because I like the beautiful skin that a lot of y'all did not like that beautiful skin concealer. I did. That is one of my traveling concealers. So I'm no surprise here that I was going to like this concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. Pigmented. Affordable. $6.99. Beauty supply store. Very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. If you really want to deep dive into beauty supply products, her name, she goes by Brie Myrie. I'm going to link her channel in the bottom of the description box. I call her the queen of beauty supply store makeup. I call her the queen because so much of her makeup comes from the beauty supply store. A lot of her makeup comes from the beauty supply store. So if you want to really do a deep dive into beauty supply store, she even goes into the stores and get the products. I'm going to link her channel in the bottom of the description box. I really like this primer, also from Absolute New York. I really do like this primer. And again, if you're like me and you have dry skin, you're going to really enjoy this primer. Last, this pressed powder, the brightening powder from Makeup Revolution. It's okay. It's a favorite. No. I mean, it gets the job done. Would I get another one? Like I said, the answer is going to be a no, but it's $10. You're not going to break the bank with it. That is it with this makeup look. Little this, little that. Yeah, a little high end, little drugstore, little beauty supply store. So that is it. Here you are. And this is the final makeup look. So with that being said, this is Venetia Alexander Marshall. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.